In everything we do, we always ask for the attention by the three houses that you're here. Those are to talk to all living creatures, all living things on Mother Earth. We're to do that to it so that they would acknowledge us and will listen to us. So we continue to do that. So today, I'm going to give thanks to all these things in a real short way of doing it, and there's a real long way of doing this. So I'm going to do it in the short manner. We're going to start by giving thanks to our mother. I'm going to say all our minds now. We're going to think about our mother now. So we bring all our minds together. That is what we call our mother. That takes care of us. The land that we stand on, that we take for granted. We hold her as sacred as our mother in flesh. So, go to our mother. Give a big thanks to her. Now I said, the medicines, the plant life, the reason why they're here. And I look over and I see the leaf, the buds coming on the flower and trees over here, and it's so beautiful to see that life is coming again. Life is starting to rejuvenate. So we give that thanks again to all those medicine plants. Now we go to the water. There's things that we talk about when that water falls from the sky. We don't call that water in our language. We call it precious. There's no other way to put it but a precious thing that happens that brings life. So we look at that rain as most precious to us all because it continues to bring the life to us. It continues to feed us in that manner, and that's how it works. So we give thanks. We put our minds together and we give thanks for this water, the way it comes, and all the water that's underneath this ground that flows under there, that it purifies for us. So we want to take this time to give thanks to the water. Now we go to the Anukwasua again. Onagasua. Again, it's those green things that are going to start to see all over the grasses that covers the ground. That it starts to feed again all living life that's walking on the earth. All these things are starting to come back again because it's a new year. So we say, Nyawakoa. Now we say, Gahisua. Agwego aska jiroquit nuni, not dead taladas ne Gahisua. Nihondessa. Nyawakoa. All the strawberries and the berry life that we notice that the strawberries, the first fruit out of all the plant life that gives us something, fruit. So we give that thanks to the berries, mainly the strawberry. So Nyawagoa, we give that thanks. Gayan tosla gwego aska jiroquit nuni, danote taladas ne gayan tosala. Now in this one, I talk about those foods, all the food, the corn, bean, and squash, the three sisters, Gayatosa. We give thanks to them because that's the one that keeps us going. That's the one that leads all the food life that we put in the ground in the spring of the year. And that's the one that we take care of. And that's the one that takes care of us. But again, we give that thanks again to that. Nyawakoa. I like to say, so your minds are with me, that when I say Nyawakoa, you say, yo. Just try it. It's like you're giving reverence to that too. Yo. You agree? Yo. Not yo yo. No. It's really in the way it's supposed to. It's like ne to, but to is good. To. All right. We go now to the trees. Okwile su'a. Ne wata. Nana oses. In our way, the wata, the maple tree. The maple tree is the lead tree. Was the lead tree to our whole life. Because it was told when this land was bare, there was no trees. But that first tree was the maple tree. And it was the first tree that brought medicine. The medicine that was the sap from that tree. That was the first medicine of the year that all our people would take. That would cleanse us. It would cleanse our body because it was the first sap. Then, when sickness came, that tree fled. And that tree nourished our grandmother back to health again. So it was that maple tree. And that's why today we give thanks for the trees, because so many of the trees have different meanings and different medicines that are for our use. So Nyawakoa Ogwasua. Gondilio, Akwe Goaska, Diroakwit Nuni. Not there Taladas ne Gondilio. Gondilio is our way of talking about the animal life. The animal life that we also look at, and we use their uses of them is like our clothing that keeps us warm. We use their meat. We use that. It was our way, but it was all to work with nature. So we didn't take that for granted. So we give thanks to that life that we take, all those animals, the purpose that we use them for. So we say Nyawakoa. Can't hear you. Okay. Now again. Ojitasua, Gwe Goaska, Diroakwit Nuni Dana de Talados ne Ojitasua. Aguas. And Hosaron. So now we're talking now about the birds. All the bird life. And we always talk about what they do. How we use them in our culture. And how in a lot of things they also help our lives. And I know I can go into it, but I'm not going to. So if you just think about what the birds do, all birds, what they do for us, we give thanks for them today. Now we go again. We're going to lift our eyes up now. Gaeli Gawilake. Agwe Goaska Diroakwit Nuni Danudet Taladas ne Gaeli Gawilake. I'm talking now about the four winds, how they work together, and they bring the four ways, the four seasons. And we look at that, we recognize that, and we say Nyawakoa. Ladiwelas. Agwe Goaska Diroakwit Nuni Danudet Taladas ne Ladiwelas. Ladiwelas. It's the thunder. When the thunders, they come, they bring the winds and they bring the rain. So we thank them because what they're doing is they're coming and they're waking up the earth again to bring back that life again. The thunders that hits this ground and it electrocutes it and it rejuvenates that earth and the life comes out. So we have to recognize that and we give thanks again. Nyawakoa.
Yeah.
Now, we go up higher. And we look at the sun. Our eldest brother, we call him the eldest brother, the son. Our eldest brother, the one that leads us in everything. He comes up early in the morning and we greet him as our eldest brother, and we work with him all day. All day we work with him. And what he's doing is he's bringing the warmth, and he's starting to bring again that life. So we recognize him as the greatest power, and we give thanks to him, our eldest brother. Nyawakoa. Now, we look beyond her. Right now, we know she's sleeping, but she's out there. And that is that's our grandmother, the moon. We look at her as our grandmother because she is in control of all the waters. She's in control of all the women. She's in control of all birth. It's the mother, the moon, that controls that. So we recognize her power. And we give her thanks. Nyawako. Now we cast our eyes before that, and we see Ajistanu kwa sua. Akwego aska dirwa kwit nuni tanote taladas ne Ajistanu kwa sua. Now we see those stars, and we look at those stars, and we follow those as our map. The map to tell us when things are going to happen. When we see the stars, it's time to do certain things in our life. Because the constellations is what we follow. And when we do our ceremonies, we look at those constellations when they line up, and we watch for that. So, Nyawakoa. We go up beyond that, and we say, Yungwayo Tiso. Yungwayo Tiso. We don't put a gender on that. But Yungwayo Tiso is that power that we look at, that is great, is so great, it's greater than us, that all things are possible. Some people say God, but we say that we have never seen. That power that's so great that we recognize that power as Yungwayo Tiso, and we say Nyawakoa. At this time now, I want to say Nyawa for listening and bringing our minds to one and listening to this. And this is why it's so sacred. What's happening today is that we make people wake up to what's happening. The water, once it's gone, it's gone. Once that sun is gone, there is nothing else. We have to think now. We have to start doing things now. And I'm glad to see all my brothers and sisters here that have concern about our mother and the water. So Nyawakoa. Daneto.